So, what does it take to truly be a DIY artist? Guys, I've been doing this for almost 10 years. 10 years. Okay. That's how I got this YouTube plaque because of you guys being so loyal, sharing. Okay. This is official YouTube plaque. I don't know if y'all can see it. There we go. Okay. Now, how do you get this type of stuff? How do you literally make music your career without having to tour, without being controlled by sponsors, and without having business partners? That's what I've done. I don't chase placements. I'm not on tour. I don't have business partners, and I don't have to leave the house if I don't want to. That's the beautiful life you get to live once you understand what truly builds a DIY music career. It's way bigger than just shows. Let me tell you guys a quick story. There was a great person at the SAE. I went to speak at SAE for Imsta Festa in New York. And he came up, he told me this story. He said, me and my partner recorded a whole album in a rainforest. And I was like, whoa, that's pretty dope. And he just had a great spirit about him. Now, the only problem is that Gavin and Chucky, this great album that I'm sure it is called Folk It Up, I can't listen to it because it's in CD format. I have no idea how to play this on my MacBook Pro right now. There's no way for me to even remotely plug it in. And that's the issue when it comes to a lot of the advice you guys hear on YouTube. You guys are hearing advice about print merch, print CDs, print vinyl, and all these things that are dying art forms. If you look at the statistics for the music business, physical units are going down as far as its produce. It's going down. The revenue's going up because you have, of course, people, here's what happens. And, I get to protect a lot of people when I share the real truth. A lot of people exaggerate small things about this industry to make it seem like it's a generalization. It's the difference between the average and the mean or the median. I forget the exact word. But an average, let's say you have two people in a room. One person makes $0, the other person makes $1 million. If I average those two together, adding them up and dividing by two, you're going to say the average person makes $500,000. It's not true. One person makes 0 and the other person made $1 million. To find the median, I believe is the proper word, you find the actual center where it's actual balance in a system. Okay. And most of the information you guys are getting about the music industry, about all the sales and all this is averaging something. Okay. Metaphorically speaking. And so you're going to hear a lot of stuff about print merch, print vinyl, go on tour, sell physical, make limited supply. Yeah, there's some truth to limited supply, but if you look into the details and stats behind vinyl, for example, you have Taylor Swift, who's a freaking, people worship Taylor Swift. It's way beyond music. She's treated as almost like a god figure to some people around the world. She's a celebrity. When you have that much star power and that much marketing energy and every engine running to push your image as if you're a deity, of course you're absorbing that wealth through any medium. Okay, so that medium could be vinyl, it could be CDs, it could be digital, it could be live shows. And the story that you're taught at home is that, all you need is 1,000 super fans and 100 super fans are going to carry you. That's the most BS thing I've ever heard. Guys, I've created over 1 billion impressions just on YouTube alone. That's not including all the marketing I've done on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and all the other social media platforms. Just on YouTube alone, over 1 billion impressions. What does that mean? We had to get in front of at least 1 billion people to get 170 million views on YouTube, to then get 1.06 million subscribers, to then get, train however many people on our website. It keeps diluting as you go down. It's broad and then it comes down to a narrow point. Whenever you hear somebody talking about 100 true fans, to get to 100 true fans, you're going to have to talk to 10 million people, to 1 million people. You're not going to be able to talk to 1,000 people and get 100 true fans. It's not how marketing works. It's not how the internet works. It's not how life works. And you're going to hear these narratives from people trying to make it seem easy because they're trying to sell you on some bull crap. Okay, because they're trying to get out of their situation by luring more people into this false narrative. And yes, there's some good in the message, but it's mostly a delusion that people are creating in your mind to think that you could just do these simple steps and everything will be good to go. So that's why I have, information for you today about this DIY journey. If you truly want to do it yourself, guess what you're going to have to be? A video editor, a content creator. You're going to have to make the music. You're going to have to be your own manager. You're going to have to create your own design, graphic design. You're going to have to do your own email outbound marketing, inbound marketing, aka customer support. You're going to have to build out the systems for your websites to work. Okay, you're going to have to be collaborative and be a partner on social media to get on different podcasts and different things. And you're going to have to be your own live slash merchandise or slash product manager. So that's at least 10 roles I could think of off the top of my head that you have to be as a DIY artist. So when you hear people talking about, oh, just print CDs, this guy had probably the most pure heart I've seen at a live show, and I can't play his album. The message is cool. The story's cool. I didn't buy this. He gave it to me. Okay. But my point is I can't play it if I wanted to. So we have to speak the language that people understand. We have to give them things that they want to transact with us with. If I know that grammar was poor, but if my audience, is primarily men, they're not going to be buying things that aren't for specific men or what they identify with, and vice versa. So that's not a gender thing. I'm just talking about how you have to create products that solve a problem or that mesh with somebody's identity. Okay. Because certain things in my house don't necessarily solve a problem. They just are cool. Like I have a Gengar behind the camera. You guys can't see it, but there's a Gengar behind the camera. It's not solving a problem. It's just my identity. I love Pokemon at the time when I was a kid, and I just super nostalgic. It doesn't solve a problem. It just is part of my identity. There's stuff on the wall over here from Yu-Gi-Oh! You guys can't see it. It's off cam. Let me see if I could turn the camera. I don't know if I could. The light might be too bright, actually. Never mind, because I have a big light in front of it. But I have Yu-Gi-Oh! Characters on the thing. I have, Bape and Cause, because why was I associating my memory with Bape and Cause? It's because Pharrell Williams was like super popping back then, and he was one of my favorite producers ever. And, he always wore Bape along with Lil Wayne and all them. And then after the Bape movement, you saw Cause collab with Bape, and then it turned into a whole thing. So that was a creative, nostalgic moment in my life. That's where Busy Works Beats came from. Busy Works was a store in New York, or, Busy Works, that sold Bape clothes. And I just added beats at the end and then kind of rocked with it from there, because it was such a creative brand. I'm looking around trying to find more stuff that's not necessarily solving a problem. Okay, so my point in all this is that if you guys truly want to be a DIY, let me know in the comments below if you want me to cover how to get streams on Spotify, how to up your streaming numbers, how to promote your own products that are not necessarily physical, because the problem with physical that nobody's telling you guys, and this is why I want to caution a lot of you, when you get advice on YouTube about running a business, make sure that person is extremely profitable with the things that they're talking about. Okay. Because to print physical, let's just say a CD, okay, metaphorically speaking, let's say I wanted to make this CD. Okay, so let's say he sells me a CD for $5 to $10. Great. Well, guess what? It cost me $3 to print the CD. So you're really only making $2. And now what most people don't consider when they're talking about selling music, physically speaking, is what is the cost it takes me to actually get to a physical location to sell a physical product? What's the cost of shipping? Am I charging more? There's so many things that eat up that profitability to where you're basically giving away CDs at cost. You're not making money off the CDs. So I'm sure there are certain outliers, certain people who are breaking that probability. But for the most part, physical is a dying form. Don't invest in that right away, because it's a high cost. You're going to have high risk. And if you're holding inventory, you have to pay for the actual space in your place to keep it on hand. So if you guys want me to go deeper into all this, I'll show you how to get Spotify streams, how to, really pump up your music and not using bots and all that bull crap. We're talking about how to build a social media brand, how to get Spotify streams. If you guys want to see how to print merch, if you wanted to, how to reverse engineer any merch website, how to go to, print shops to get, what's it called? Can't think of the proper term right now, but when they put the thing down and they print it and they lift it back up, I used to know all the terms off the top of my head, but it's just, you guys got to realize certain businesses look glamorous, but on the back end, they don't have the revenue. There's high stress. You have to measure all of this stuff. Like I said, why is BusyWorks Beat special? Because I've trained producers, a million producers around the world. So we're going to work with Drake, Kanye West, Post Malone, Ariana Grande, French Montana, Young Thug, Polo G, Lil Baby, YG, Trippie Redd, J. Cole. Why is that important? Because I don't have to get up and go chase those artists. The people that I teach put in the action and they got the results. Those are all winning stories. If you want my stories of all the testimonials, go to my YouTube channel and go to the banner video. I forget what that's called. Go to the banner video and look at the people's words about BusyWorks Beats, because once you give information and knowledge and guidance to somebody and they apply it and they get the results, that's basically the results that I got through someone else. Now they had the courage, tenacity, persistence, and luck factor too to get some of those placements. So I can't claim all of their success. But the point is, I taught them a system, I taught them a process, I taught them a DAW, I taught them music theory, whatever the thing was, they applied it and got real results. If I just got all these results myself, and you're always going to have the question, okay, he can do it, but can I? I just showed you 10 plus people, 20 plus people, 30 plus people have done what I taught and got the results. So that's what's most important is who are the students of who you're listening to and what are their results? Go to my YouTube channel, right on the homepage. It'll have a video called Busy Works Beats Exposed. Watch that video. It has all the testimonials in there. So again, if you guys want me to truly go deep into all this, I will show you what it takes to be an online business. Because again, I don't chase placements. I've worked with $4 billion companies, Razer, in the Razer Music campaign. You guys saw Metro Boomin on that campaign. You saw Murder Beats. You saw Anderson .Paak. You saw Dead Mouse. You saw, I forget all the artists who were on that campaign. It's been a while now. Okay, so that was Razer Music's campaign. I worked with Avid, $1 billion company. Okay, I've worked with Sweetwater, $1 billion company now. And I've worked with Near Protocol. If you guys are familiar with Web3, we work with them pretty closely on some projects and different live events and things. So with my business partner at the time. So $4 billion companies. My mindset is a little bit different. I don't chase the middlemen. I'm going directly to the source. If the source, AKA Razer Music, is handing out, an opportunity, I'm going to go directly to Razer. I'm not going to go to Drake to then go to Razer. I'm not going to go to Anderson .Paak to then go to Razer. I'm going to go directly to Razer. And that's why my approach to this online business is way different than everybody else, because everybody else is chasing the middleman, and to me, that's working backwards. So that's why I don't compete with you guys for placements. That's why I don't compete with you guys over small, I'm not going to say small, over things that I've done in my past or have taught somebody else to do. I'm not going to compete with y'all on that. I'm worried about a bigger game. I'm trying to build a bigger business. Okay. So I'm just trying to open you up to what it really takes to be a DIY music artist and what it actually takes. It's way bigger than streams, trust me. But again, I don't have to work at a specific place. I don't have to answer to an artist to be at the studio. I don't have to go on tour. I don't have to sell physical merch. I don't have to answer to sponsors. Those 5 reasons alone should be the reasons you guys should listen to this message. So again, if you want the full series or course or whatever it turns into, because it's going to take a lot of research. So if you truly want that, leave a comment below. Let me know what your problem points are and we'll solve those for you. Peace.